something that I find interesting. I've actually mentioned this in my one of my videos that I did probably about 8-9 months ago, where it's the looks I get video. Now that the 04 to 08 Grand Prix are becoming more common as far as they're more affordable, so they're going on the used market more, and more college students are getting them, more high school students for their first cars are getting them, not just the GXP in particular, but I'm talking about the 04 to 08 Grand Prix I see more and more of them on the road. Now that that's happening, I really do get a lot more looks now from those particular drivers than anything. And it's always funny because I always look at other Grand Prix, whether it's a base model, the GTP, it doesn't matter what it is. I'm always looking at other Grand Prix to drive by or whatever, and it's not that I'm looking to see if they're looking at me or anything. It's that I'm just checking them out to see, maybe if they've got any aftermarket anything, tail lights, headlights, whatever. And then I always like to play that guessing game. If I see them coming from the front and it's not a GXP, then I always think to myself, okay, can I identify, is it a GT? Is it a base model? Is it the GTP? Is it a Comp G? And I will usually figure it out when I see the wheels. I'll be able to figure it out right away. But one that I don't see very often at all, I mean really exceptionally rare, is the GXP. Now, they are getting rarer, but they're not necessarily rare by any means. In fact, the 2008 GXP Black was actually the most made out of all the years, out of all the colors. Yeah, but I really, even in the summertime, even in the summer, I don't see GXPs all that often. I really don't. And when I do see one, it, kind of makes me smile a little bit. It really does. And the thing is that I would love to be able to get together with anybody, even if it's a base model Grand Prix, I don't care. I'd love to be able to get together with somebody or a group of people or whatever, and one of those Grand Prix gatherings or whatever. I'd love to be able to do something like that, where everybody with Grand Prix, doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's an 04 to 08 Grand Prix, would love to be able to get together, at a parking lot or some small event or whatever, and just kind of check everybody else's ride out, even if it's an 04 bottom of the line, absolutely no features whatsoever, skeleton, because I just like Grand Prix, the the last gen Grand Prix. I just really like them. I like the way they look. I like the interiors, and I like to be able to share with other people the things that I've done. I mean, to my surprise, my video that I did on replacing the bulbs in my HVAC controls, that's got a lot of hits, and there's a lot of people that have messaged me and said, thank you for doing this. Mine were all burnt out. I didn't think it was possible to fix it, yada yada yada. I mean, it's amazing that there's a lot of people out there who accept things that are just old and broken, whatever, and I don't. So I like to figure out how to fix things. I like to figure out how to improve things, modify things. And when I do those things, then I make a video of it. And, unsurprising to me, there's actually a lot of people out there who want to do stuff like that, but just don't know how. And, I put up a video, and they follow it step by step as far as I can detail it out, and they're pretty happy about it. So that's a really good feeling when I get those kind of comments or messages or whatever. People who just don't think that a lot of the parts in their car are serviceable, and really they weren't meant to be serviceable, but that doesn't mean you can't crack it open and service it. General Motors did not design these HVAC systems to be serviceable, to replace bulbs or whatever. So I did not want to accept the fact that I wasn't able to replace the bulb, so I cracked it open myself and figured it out myself. Made a video of it, posted it online, and a lot of people can now see how to do that, whether they do it or not, but see that it is possible, and maybe will do that themselves. In fact, I know of at least 10, 12 people who have said that they've replaced their own HVAC bulbs with LEDs, just like I did. Use the same resistors, maybe a different color, or maybe the same color, or maybe smaller LEDs. Whatever the case may be, they basically, all of them say, hey, didn't even know that was possible. Mine are all burned out, or half of mine are burned out, or they're really dim, and now they're really bright. Glad you posted the video. I mean, that's a big reason why I do the YouTube channels, because I like to hear people's feedback. And now that these cars are becoming in hands with more and more people, because they are getting cheaper and they're more accessible, and obviously mileages are starting to go up, so things are starting to fall apart. It's good that I'm able to get these videos up for people to maintain their cars. And I don't have the mechanical skills to pull the whole damn motor out or replace the transmission or whatever, because I've never done it before. I could probably read it out of a book, but I don't have the tools to do it. I don't have that kind of mechanical know-how. But when it comes to anything electronic, I can pull it apart and figure it out. Basic mechanical stuff like brakes. I mean, I still have to do the wheel sensor harness. I mean, those kind of things I can definitely do. Anyway, I kind of went off on a tangent there, but I'll catch you guys later.